What's up, YouTube? As always, welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to make a quick video showing how Ellen White is woven into Adventist teaching as if it's scripture itself with no mention of her. I call these Adventisms, little tidbits of Ellen White's theology that Adventists often don't realize that they believe and they mistakenly think is from the Bible. I've heard countless Adventists over the years tell me that Ellen White's theology is only absorbed if you read it for yourself, but as you're about to see, this is simply not the case. To help us with this, we're going to look at an example from our good friend Doug Batchelor from a video of his titled "Is it a sin for Christians to eat pork?" where he mentions Noah and the flood in Genesis 9. At the beginning of the video though, he says that this is a question from a viewer as a part of their Friday night Bible study. So pay close attention to what he says and then we're going to examine the scriptures.
Now God told Noah when he brought the animals on the ark, you can read in Genesis 7:2, of every clean animal you are to bring them in by sevens. The unclean animal they were to bring by twos, the male and his female. Then after the flood, Noah built an altar and he took of all the clean animals and sacrificed to the Lord. You were never to sacrifice an unclean animal to God. That would have been an abomination. And then because all the vegetation had been destroyed by the flood, at that time, as an emergency, man was permitted to eat of the clean animals. In the beginning, God didn't want man to eat any animals, let alone pigs, which are scavengers. You read in Genesis chapter 1, God says in verse 29, "See, I've given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree in whose fruit yields its seed, to you it shall be for food." The best diet for people is a vegetarian diet. But God said as an emergency that he would allow them to eat meats, but those are the meats that God has prescribed could be clean.
Alright, so he claims that God allowed the eating of clean meats as an emergency due to the flood killing all of the vegetation. Is this what the text says? Let's take a look at Genesis 9. Starting in verse 1, it says, "And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground and all the fish of the sea. In your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood." Doug, where in there does it say anything about God allowing this because of an emergency? You said at the beginning of this video that this is a question that came in from somebody for Bible study. Since you guys always assure us that you just believe the Bible, where did you possibly get this extra nugget of information from? Oh, right. Since I used to be an Adventist and I know the tricks of the trade, if you will, I know exactly where you got this from. In Spiritual Gifts, Volume 3, page 76, Ellen G. White writes the following on Genesis 9. "Previous to this time, God had given man no permission to eat animal food. Every living substance upon the face of the earth, upon which man could subsist, had been destroyed. Therefore, God gave Noah permission to eat of the clean beasts which he had taken with him into the ark. God said to Noah, Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb I have given you all things. As God had formerly given them the herb of the ground and the fruit of the field, now, in the peculiar circumstances in which they are placed, he permits them to eat animal food. Yet I saw that the flesh of animals was not the most healthy article of food for man." Ah, right. The same Doug Batchelor that we've reviewed on the channel before, who emphatically told us that they don't elevate Ellen White to the level of scripture, quietly weasels her commentary into his answer after telling us this is a Bible study. No mention of her name, no reference to her. Christians, this was a perfect example for you to see how Ellen White subtly functions present day in their church. They believe that she adds inspired details to the biblical text that aren't found in the Bible. They will then slip in those details, not tell you they're from Ellen, followed by telling you they only believe the Bible. Adventist theology is chock full of these Adventisms. I've talked with countless former SDAs who also have these theological vestiges that they will catch periodically, typically around eschatology. This is precisely how it happens, and Doug is not alone in this. So if you listen to Adventist pastors, understand you're being taught the Bible through the lens of Ellen G. White, and in Doug's case, from one of the best Ellen White salesmen around. Her and the Bible are a package deal in Seventh-day Adventism. Do not be fooled. If you found today's video helpful, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you can be notified when content like this is uploaded. As always, I'll catch you guys around next time. God bless.